going on, guys? I'm about to check out this video that's about Tucker Carlson going off on Ron DeSantis online supporters. Oh, snap. It's about to get real. We about to watch this video via Black Conservative Perspective. Super dope channel, man. I highly recommend them. Go and check them out. Even let them know that I sent you. I have no bxbeastboy sent you, man. All right, let's check him out. See what he has to say.
Would you ever pick Nikki Haley? Would you ever, as a VP, would you ever do that?
Crazier things have happened.
Ooh,
I don't know. I would never say never with Donald J. Trump. Never say never.
You said that about Chris Christie. almost. All right, Laura, really good having you again. Appreciate your time. Laura Trump, everybody.
Hold on, let me answer this question just because I think it's interesting too. Y'all said, I thought you was an anarchist in the right setting. I used to be an anarchist when I was like pretty much a teenager. And once I crossed over into adulthood, I started noticing certain things and the flaws in anarchy. So now I just literally align with no political ideology. I'm just myself, right? I'm like, I guess, yeah, that's how I define it. Some people want to put me in libertarian, right? Or things, or just the conservative field. I have some conservative values, right? And of course, I agree with a lot of things that libertarians or maybe just Republicans and conservatives like say, but I don't agree with probably everything, right? I could give some examples of things that I might not agree with, but I don't really think that I have any political philosophy or ideology that I align with per se, right? I'm just me, right? What my stances are is anti-establishment, anti-cancel culture, anti-woke. That's the best I could sum it up as, right? Best I could sum it up as. You throw a little bit of red pill, sprinkle that in there, right? The real one, not the internet one, the real one, right? Sprinkle a little bit of that, and that's like more of my representation. I like questions like that, man. I like answering stuff because I get a lot of people that just assume, right? Some people think I'm an ANCAP, right? Which a lot of people that used to be anarchists and switch over and start thinking in a different way, cross over to maybe the ANCAP side, right? I've seen some people even consider me be what do you call it? Voluntarian? What do you call it? Voluntarian? I think it is. It's something that's like along the lines of anarchy, but it's more like on you should have the right to volunteer and offer up services, which I kind of agree with too as well. But there's a whole lot of things, man, that I see some good gems in. Like ANCAP got some good stuff they kicking, right? Libertarians got some good stuff they kicking, right? I even seen some new joint that I forgot what's his name. Forgot the name of that politician, but the only person that was like really backing him was Donald Glover a few years ago, right? I don't think nobody else was really backing him too heavy. But that's really where I fall into. I'm not really in like any kind of category per se.
Hey guys, so we got to talk about the Trump vice president conversation. As it gets closer and closer and closer to voting in the primaries, it seems as if that Trump is going to run away with the nomination. Okay, he might take all 50 states in a landslide. So there's already...
See, that's why I like all my new logos. I took the anarchy sign out and put a pirate sign instead. Because I feel like that just fits more. That's why you always hear me screaming, I'm a pirate and all this other. Yeah, I'm a pirate.
Conversations about who is going to be his pick for vice president. And as you guys saw at the beginning of this video, Lord Trump was asked by Eric Bolton.
I think Hunter Avalon, he told his fans I was ANCAP. I'm not ANCAP. Nah.
Whether or not she could rule out Nikki Haley being the pick for Trump. And she said, well, never say never, right? You can never say never, which has basically made a whole lot of people upset, right? Because the conservative base, the MAGA base, they do not want Nikki Haley to be the vice president for obvious reasons. And because of this, you have some people that's a part of the Trump campaign, like Don Jr., coming out and basically pushing back against this idea of Trump picking Nikki Haley to be his VP. Take a look.
The reason why I bring this up, Don, is because your sister-in-law was on the show last night, talked about Nikki Haley, and I said something like, well, would he ever, would Trump ever consider Nikki Haley as a vice president on the ticket? And she said, not if she doesn't drop out very soon. And I said, well, if she did, she said never say never. Now, she wouldn't say the same thing about Chris Christie. So let's play this soundbite. Listen to this, and let me ask you the same question.
It's not about fitness. I think he's fit to be president. It's should he be president? I don't think he should be president. You know, I thought he was the right president at the right time. I agreed with a lot of his policies. The problem is, you see our country is in disarray. Our world is on fire. And you can't defeat Democrat chaos with Republican chaos. And Donald Trump brings us chaos. So it's not about being fit. It's just I don't think he's the right person to be president.
So what do you say, Don? Does effectively eliminate her from the potential VPs?
Listen, I wouldn't have her out. I would go to great lengths to make sure that doesn't happen. Nikki Haley wants never-ending wars. She's a puppet of the establishment in Washington, D.C. She's the new favored candidate of the billionaire class because they want control. No different than academia and Harvard and using their billions to exercise influence. They want someone they control. Ron DeSantis has proven that he doesn't have what it takes to be on that stage. He's embarrassed himself that way. She's now the preferred candidate. No, I would not want Nikki Haley to be there. All we get from her is never-ending wars. And by the way,
you talking that talk? You like listen. I'm ranting right now, bro. Don't you dare stop me. Don't you dare stop me. I'm ranting right now. Somebody about to get cooked in these streets. Not the hell they talking about. I'm about to cook somebody.
All you'd get is a team trying to destroy Donald Trump from within forever. The second she ever got that, anointment, it would be a disaster of epic proportions. So I would hope that never is on the table, and I don't think it is.
Yeah, so you see, Nate, heard that. Okay, now we're going to come back to this conversation about Nikki Haley potentially being the VP pick, but somebody else that a lot of people were speculating could be the VP pick is Tucker Carlson, who just started his new network, the Tucker.
She did sound crazy. I ain't going front. She sounded insane. Tucker got a network? Didn't I say that too? I said that when we was making predictions on what he's going to do next. I was like, yeah, I think he should just start his own thing. Actually, I think what was my first statement? That him and Don Lemon should team up and start like a show where they going back and forth every morning. Oh, man. That'd have been good. That'd have been a good political show, fam. Get somebody to be like the mediator, somebody that's like real like in the middle, right? To be able to like be a fair and unbiased like referee and just let Don Lemon, but I don't like his crazy self, and let Tucker Carlson go at it. I thought that would have been real good. But then my second idea was him just to start a network.
Tucker Carlson Network, which I'm assuming
cool.
is there to compete against Fox News and other alternative.
That's amazing. Good for him, man. Good for him. Is it going to be streaming? Does he have like an app? Right? What is he doing? Is he going to just be like signing people and doing some like Daily Wire type of flow? Ooh, you never know, man. That's going to be. I'm excited about that. I like hearing about like businesses, like when they starting up, and of course he's not starting up from the ground. Right, but I want to see what he does solo.
Media outlets and things like that. He has been a name that's been floated around in regards to somebody that Trump should pick.
Man, I still would roast him if I seen any clips or anything recently.
As VP, but it seems like Tucker is kind of ruling himself out as a potential VP pick.
I know you get asked this all the time, but I mean, if asked, would you serve?
Well, it's just so unimaginable. I mean, I haven't led a life that prepares a person for politics. As I said, I don't think I have any like horrible skeletons or anything. It's not that. It's just that's not how my brain works. I've never done anything like that. I can't imagine spending time with politicians. I'm a total sucker for Trump. I think he's
being honest.
Personally, I get along with Trump really well. If the closer I am physically to Trump, like if I'm with him in the room, I always love Trump. And I think it's impossible not to. And the experience. Really? He's just charming. Okay. And he's funny as hell. And he's brave in his way, I think. So I really appreciate
that. I would say people loved him before he ran for president. Everybody loved Trump. His whole fans, he was in movies, TV shows. Everybody was buddy with Trump before he ran for president. Once it became cool to hate Trump, yeah, that's when it became like a big thing to be anti-Donald Trump and make songs about him and all this other stupid stuff. Before that, People love Trump, bro. People still lose.
That, and I agree with fundamentally with his views. Maybe fewer wars, maybe have a border. Like, those are not crazy things, and I support them. And I'm appalled and terrified by the use of the DOJ. Factors make me.
Fam, hold on. But comment on that, I do not know. I don't know. I ain't confirming nothing. Right? I don't know. I heard YouTube is shutting people down for that. I do not know. If I could remember and edit it and take this out, remember, I don't know none. But listen, YouTube is taking people down. I ain't bxbeastboy. Don't speak on none of that. When it comes to that specific detail, fam, it got to be confirmed. And once I see YouTube not giving out strikes for that, then I'm cool. But that shit is literally in the guidelines now. And I checked multiple times. Yeah, so I'm not speaking on that per se, right? If I can remember, let's edit that portion out. As that those opinions do not represent the opinions of bxbeastboy and the fan gang, unless they personally say it on their own. But yeah, I'm just not gonna rock. I'm not gonna say that. I'm telling you, I've seen mad people get strike for that. Nope.
Me kind of psyched to vote for Trump.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, Tucker is kind of ruling himself out, right, in regards to being a candidate to be a VP pick, which is understandable. He probably is more concerned about, running his own network and, still maintaining his presence in the media rather than being vice president. Even though I would like to see
I don't know. I haven't seen that
vice
yet.
president. However, I don't think
after I see it, I still might. We might have to take that conversation to Rumble. After I see it, we can talk about it on Rumble or something. All right, because YouTube put that in their guidelines.
I think that is going to happen. Now, Tucker was asked at the Turning Point USA conference about who he thinks would be a good pick for vice president. He was asked about Nikki Haley, potentially being the pick, and boy, oh boy, did Tucker Carlson go off?
Would you vote for Trump if he chose Nikki as VP? And
would you guys vote for Trump? Well, that's the question that I asked you specifically.
Well, I would not only not vote for that ticket, I would advocate against it as strongly as I could.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
I know that.
He's not playing. He's not playing, bro. He is not playing.
That's just poison. I mean, here's someone who's actively opposed to the interests of the country I grew up in, who endorsed the BLM riots, and who is not only is not left, but is neoliberal in the darkest, most, speaking of nihilistic way, and has no real popular support. Is a creature of the oligarchs. So yeah, that would be reason to oppose the ticket.
Even Trump, Haley is a no-go.
Nikki Haley,
he would get assassinated immediately if that were the case.
Yeah, and by the way, I just can't imagine a world where that could happen. That would be so crazy. I mean, anything could happen, of course, but picking Nikki Haley, who's utterly treacherous.
He ain't messing with it. Like, I think we know that now. He ain't messing with it. And from judging from the looks in the comment section, my supporters ain't messing with it either. Y'all better come over to my bxbeastboy live channel and join this conversation. But it seems like my supporters ain't rocking with it either.
And utterly dismissive of like the interests of Americans. Yeah.
It's a no-go for me, but it's a yes for BlackRock.
Yeah. So Tucker basically declared that he would not vote for Trump and he would actively campaign against the ticket if he picks Nikki Haley as VP, which is...
And that's a big thing. Like, fam, I don't want to say he has a lot of power, but he has a lot of say, right? People respect his opinion too. So to have somebody like that going against you, yeah, it would probably be a poor decision to pick Nikki.
It's a big deal considering how this is Tucker Carlson, who's probably the most influential person in conservative media, right? This was a huge statement. Also, he didn't just go off on this idea of Trump picking Nikki Haley. He also went off on Ron DeSantis supporters online as well too. Take a look.
Can I just ask a question, since you all are so on the internet and like I'm not that much? You really get the sense that Ron DeSantis, who I liked as governor, the people who represent him online are the nastiest, the stupidest, and the most zero-sum people I've ever seen in my life. And I don't think that reflects him, but it's like,
damn, he going in. He is not playing. If you think he came to play, he did not.
this is kind of small ball. And by the way, these purported conservatives, Ron DeSantis changed his view, and I like him. Okay, I think he's been a good governor. I just want to be clear about that. I know him personally. I like him. But his donor, Ken Griffin, told him to change his view on Ukraine from it's a regional conflict we shouldn't get involved in to it's a super important thing we should send more money. One donor got him to.
When it comes to that Ukraine-ish, damn, I would love for America to care about Americans as much as we care about other people from other countries. I would love it. I would, if we cared about ourselves as much as we cared about other countries, man, damn, we could go real far. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Now, if you have some extra time, can you do me a favor? Check out my music. I rap, I sing, and I make beats. All of that should be linked in the description. Also, if you want to watch me live stream, you can check me out on bxbeastboy Live. That's another YouTube channel. It should be linked to my homepage. And you can check me out on Twitch and Rumble. I'm streaming on all these platforms, man. Trying to just get out there. Also, if you want to support me, you can sign up for my memberships on my channel, as well as my Patreon for as low as $1. You get exclusive access to a bunch of videos early before you even get it on YouTube, as well as videos that's not ever going to be on YouTube. Stuff that actually got me suspended and banned. It's kind of my anti-cancel culture fund for bxbeastboy. You know what I mean? And it also helps me get resources for certain video essays and things of that nature. Check that out if you're able to. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and join my Discord if you are able to, man. The link should be somewhere within my description or somewhere on my channel. I would really love to see you there, man. That's where you get a chance to talk to me and the rest of my supporters, man. I appreciate you guys. Bang, gang, out.